Maine's independent Senator Angus King told MSNBC's Morning Joe that the Russian invasion of Ukraine had already failed, and Putin could soon face a challenge to his power from his country's ruling elite. Take a look at the MSNBC discussion.
To agree to giving him some land in eastern Ukraine, they would never agree to demilitarize.
And he's taught them not to.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, one of the tragedies of this is, Ukraine was the third largest nuclear power in the world in 1992. They gave up their nuclear weapons in exchange for an explicit promise from the Russians never to invade. Mm-hmm. So what does this experience tell Kim Jong-un about giving up his nuclear weapons?
Right.
He's going to say, look what happened to the Ukrainians. I'm not going to go that. This is my insurance policy.
How would this be different if the Ukrainians hadn't given up the nuclear weapons? If the Ukrainians had not trusted the international community to guarantee the territorial integrity of their country.
No, it wouldn't have happened. That was their insurance policy, and that's the danger. This is a huge setback for nonproliferation.
The talk of trying to think right now about what's the unthinkable, which is giving Putin a way out. But when you have one or two senators running around talking about regime change, that's the last thing that we need Vladimir Putin to be hearing.
Mm-hmm. That's his ultimate fear, and that's where all hell breaks loose. And that's why I agree with the comment that you just read, that we've got to talk about Ukraine, not talk about Russia. And there are options, backing off on the sanctions if they have a ceasefire, if they withdraw their troops, if they stop the aerial bombardment of civilians. There are some of those kinds of options. But if he's talking, the problem is he's already lost this war.
Right.
Because Ukraine is going to hate Russia and Putin for generations. Yeah. So even if they control a lot of territory, they'd have to have a trooper on every street corner.
They'll keep fighting.
And keep fighting forever. And so he's lost this war. The other thing, he's got to cut his losses in Russia. One advantage a dictatorship has is that they don't have to care about public opinion, and they don't really have to care too much about sanctions until it reaches their inner circle. Mm-hmm. And that's why I think the sanctions on the oligarchs are so important. Right now, Putin's the most dangerous man in world history.
Yeah.
Because he's trapped and he's got nukes. And part of their doctrine is the possibility of using them.
Good God. Mike Barr.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Monday that bringing an end to Moscow's deadly assault on his country is within reach, but only if Russian President Vladimir Putin stops offering ultimatums and agrees to negotiate the terms of a peaceful settlement. Russia promised to immediately cease its invasion of Ukraine once the country's leaders agree to the three demands of giving up on joining NATO, recognizing Crimea as a part of Russia, and recognizing the independence of those two separatist regions in the east. Those talks have since come to a close, with small positive movements forward in improving the logistics of humanitarian corridors, according to lead Ukrainian negotiator Mikhailo Podolak. During an exclusive interview set to air full on Monday night, ABC World News Tonight host David Muir asked Zelensky what he would like to say to Putin directly. Take a look.
I think he is capable of stopping the war that he started. And even if he doesn't think that he was the one who started, he should know one important thing that cannot deny, that stopping the war is what he's capable of. And believe me, I addressed many Western leaders. This war will not end just like this. This will trigger the world war. It should be stopped now.
Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit us at rawstory.com. And if you'd like to see more of The Raw Report, please like and subscribe and join others who like their news raw too.